Hello, Paul DeWitt here with another video of Buckeye League Baseball. Today, a game between the Colorado Rockies, managed by Eric Tobin, and the Atlanta Braves, managed by yours truly. The game on the schedule today, on the Buckeye League schedule, is that of August 9th, 2025. Second game of a three-game series between the Rockies and Braves. The Braves winning the opener 4-3 in a game I began last night, and finished this morning. Today's game will feature a couple of right-handed starters. The Braves are going to go with the right-hander Brady Singer. I'll show you his card. In real life, Brady finished 9-13 with Kansas City and a 3.71 ERA. Here's the advanced side of his card. Going for the Colorado Rockies today and making only his fourth start of the season is Drew Thorpe. Thorpe, in real life, a pitcher for the Chicago White Sox last year, where he had a 3-3 record and a 5.48 ERA in 9 starts. In the Buckeye League thus far this year, Singer making his 22nd start for Atlanta. He brings a record of 8 wins and 8 losses into the game, and a 3.74 ERA and 120 innings pitched. Thorpe making only his fourth start of the season for the BBL Rockies. He brings a record of 1 win and 1 loss into the game in 17 innings. His earned run average is only 2.16. A bit misleading because he has given up 6 unearned runs as well as 4 earned runs thus far this season in 17 innings. So he's given up a total of 10 runs in 17 innings, hasn't gotten good support behind him, therefore the 6 unearned runs. He is actually allowing 5.29 runs per start. In real life, his ERA for the White Sox was 5.48. We'll run down the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Colorado Rockies, Brandon Marsh will lead off and play left field. Aaron Judge will bat second and play right field. Shohei Ohtani will bat third and be the designated hitter. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will bat cleanup and play first base. Julio Rodriguez will bat fifth and play center field. Jeff McNeil will bat sixth and play second base. Jeremy Pena will bat seventh and play shortstop for Colorado. Edmundo Sosa will bat eighth and play third base. And Jonah Heim will bat ninth and catch for the Rockies. The Braves will line it up this way today against Thorpe. Leading off, their catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. Travis and Stallings swap out on the catching duties pretty much. d'Arnaud leading off for Atlanta and catching. Batting second will be Heimer Candelario. Heimer will play first base. Batting third, the Braves left fielder, Taylor Ward. Batting cleanup and playing right field, Trevor Larnach. Batting fifth and playing second base will be Jake Cronenworth. Batting sixth and designated hitter, Heston Kjerstad. Batting seventh and playing shortstop will be Anthony Volpe. Batting eighth and playing third base today will be Luis Rengifo. And batting ninth and playing center field, Pete Crow Armstrong. A matchup between the Western Division Colorado Rockies, who many experts predicted would win the West fairly easily this year. They're actually in a real dogfight with the San Diego Padres, the two teams virtually even. By my best knowledge and the latest information I have, Colorado is 61-40 percentage points behind the San Diego Padres, who, by my best knowledge at the moment, are 58-36, having lost the opener of a 3-game series in Washington. The Braves bring a record of 49-50 into this game and are in, to the best of my knowledge, a virtual tie with the Washington Nationals, who have struggled considerably in their home session thus far, but are still in either first place or in a virtual tie with Atlanta. They may be percentage points behind the Braves. It's also possible that the New York Mets are in first place. Don't have any meaningful results on the Mets this session. Last I knew, they were 42-42. The Phillies bringing up the rear in the NL East, but they themselves are not doing too badly and are certainly not to be counted out in the NL East race. Anyway, we will have this one ready to go momentarily. All right, leading off for the Rockies, Brandon Marsh, the left-handed hitter. Brings a 208 average with 11 homers and 22 RBIs into this game. He'll face Brady Singer, the Braves right-hander. Singer, a 8-8 record, 3.74 ERA. The Rockies by far lead the Buckeye League in team batting average. Their team batting average is 278, far ahead of the second place Philadelphia Phillies, who have a team batting average of 261. As if they needed help, Marsh reaches on an error by Anthony Volpe to lead off the game. Volpe, my shortstop, I manage the Braves, a 1 with an E16 error factor, boots a grounder to start off the game. Now the fun begins. Yes, the Rockies have not one but two certified superstars and future Hall of Famers in their lineup, Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. And here is Judge stepping in to face Singer, to be followed by Ohtani. After those two, you've got the All-Stars Vladimir Guerrero and Julio Rodriguez coming up. So it doesn't get much easier. Singer holding Marsh close to the bag as Judge waits on the pitch. Aaron was the 2024 Major League Player of the Year. He hit 58 home runs in 2024 for the Yankees. He's hit 38 thus far in the BBL. Here's another throw over to first by Singer. Now he comes home with it. Judge swings. There it goes! A long way. She's gone! Aaron Judge was with his 39th home run of the year, and just like that, the Rockies on top 2-0. Yeah, it could be a long day for Brady Singer and the Braves. Here is Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani, as you know, a tremendous player, both in terms of with his hitting and in terms of his pitching, although he did not pitch last year for the Rockies. But you may not know that he led the National League or the American League in stolen bases last year with 59. And you may not know that he leads the Buckeye League in stolen bases thus far this year with 35. And you may not know that he carries a 30-game hitting streak into this game, far and away the longest hitting streak the Buckeye League has seen this year. With all that, let's see what he does. He's settling in at the plate. Guerrero to follow. Ohtani can really swing that wood. Here is a slow ground ball. Cronenworth charging it, firing it to first. Got him. That is the first out of the game, and that will bring up Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Guerrero himself, a certified all-star and probable future Hall of Famer. He comes in this game leading the Buckeye League in batting average with a 337 mark. And as you would imagine, hitting behind Marsh, Judge, and Ohtani, he has a ton of ribbies. He has 96, which leads the Buckeye League, on 16 homers. Here he is stepping in to face Singer with 2 runs already in, 1 out, top of the first. Here's a sinking line drive caught by Luis Rengifo. 2 out, none on. Julio Rodriguez stepping in. Julio brings a .285 average into the game, 13 homers and 58 RBIs. The 0-2 pitch, a slider by Singer. Rodriguez gets good wood on it. Crow Armstrong, the center fielder, backing up quickly, up with his glove, out. After a half inning, it's Colorado 2, Braves coming to bat. Taking the mound for the Rockies is Drew Thorpe. The young right-hander has pitched sparingly for the Rockies this year. He's pitched in only 17 innings. This is his 4th start of the season. In 3 previous starts, he has given up 10 runs, 4 of them earned, 6 unearned. So his ERA of 2.16, a bit misleading as to how he's pitched. However, he has given up only 9 hits in 17 innings. He has given up 8 walks and 3 homers. He has struck out 4. Here is Travis d'Arnaud, Braves catcher, to lead the inning off for Atlanta. Travis is hitting .235 with 13 homers and 35 RBIs. d'Arnaud swings. He rips a ground ball towards Sosa. It's by him into the left field corner. d'Arnaud rounding first, but he'll return quickly to first as Marsh gets a nice throw into McNeil, holding d'Arnaud to a long single. One thing of note about Drew Thorpe, he has a very poor hold rating. +9 is his hold rating, meaning the Braves can get the jump on him for steal opportunities. Even d'Arnaud, who's no base stealer, is 95% chance of being safe if he gets a good jump, but he only gets it on a 2 roll, so I'm not even going to try to have him get a good lead. Here is Candelario. Heimer, the Braves' first baseman, he is a switch hitter. He comes into the game with a low average of .206 with 10 homers and 31 RBIs. Candelario swings. A long drive. Way back. It's gone! Just like that, the game tied at 2 on the 2-run shot by Heimer Candelario. 2-2. Braves with none out, bottom of the first. Taylor Ward coming to the plate. Thorpe looking in for the sign. Ward rips one on the ground. It's a bug bruiser to Pena. Jeremy fields it cleanly over to first quickly. Easy out. 1 down. Coming up now is Trevor Larnach, the right fielder for the Braves. Trevor kind of flip-flops between batting first and batting cleanup for the Braves. He hits right-handed pitching quite well, not too well does he hit lefties, but the Braves platoon him, generally have him face only right-handed pitching. Here he is facing the right-hander Thorpe, popping up on the infield. McNeil, the second baseman, clutches it for the out, and there are 2 down. Coming up now is Jake Cronenworth, the Atlanta second baseman. Jake hitting .232 with 7 homers and 27 RBIs. Cronenworth has slowly but steadily been bringing his batting average up. He was hitting around the .090 mark the first third or so of the season. Here he is grounding out for the 3rd out, but the Braves come up with 2 runs on the 2-run homer by Candelario to tie it up. We go to the second, all tied up at 2. Leading off for the Rockies in the top of the second, Jeff McNeil, their second baseman. The often overlooked part of the big deal last year that sent Aaron Judge to the Rockies along with McNeil from the Cleveland Guardians, who got 2 first-round draft choices, Spencer Steer and Colton Cowser, in a very controversial trade. More about that later. Here's McNeil hitting a screamer to Cronenworth at second. Picks it up. His throw pulls Candelario off the bag, but Candelario able to tag. McNeil going down for the out. 1 up, 1 down for Colorado. That'll bring up Jeremy Pena. Jeremy, the Colorado shortstop, hitting .249, 7 homers and 46 RBIs, 15 stolen bases. Darno flashing the sign. Singer shakes it off, wants another. Now he's happy. It's a bullet hit towards third. Rengifo makes a great catch. Score at 5. That's 2 away. And we'll bring up Edmundo Sosa, the Colorado third baseman, who's hitting .207 with 5 homers and 14 RBIs. Sosa plays for the Phillies in real life, or he did last year. I'm not sure if he's still with them or not. He is going to fly out to center field to end the inning. Bottom of the second now, Heston Kjerstad will lead it off. Heston, the highly touted, according to many, both around the Buckeye League and in baseball, prospect a couple of years ago, coming up through the Baltimore Orioles system. He did hit .253 for the Orioles in real life last year in 99 at-bats. He also hit 4 homers. But in the Buckeye League, he is batting a .194 with 2 homers and 77 RBIs in 72 at-bats. He's drawn only 4 walks. He has struck out 22 times. He has yet to steal a base. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Kjerstad rips one to right. He hit it right on the nose, but here comes Judge quickly. Aaron dives. Out. Nice play, Aaron Judge. Judge a 2-0 in right field with a -4 arm. Of course, he is a tremendous fielder. He is an E0, which apparently means Strat-O-Matic did not count the egregious drop fly ball he suffered in the World Series last year against the Dodgers. If I recall correctly, it led to a big inning for the Dodgers in the game they won to clinch the World Series last year at Yankee Stadium. Here is Anthony Volpe, the shortstop. Anthony hitting .218, 7 homers, 31 RBIs. He really smacks this one, though. He was waiting on the change. It's a gapper, but hit high. Rodriguez was positioned well. He's a 1. He has a shot at it. He's still running on the warning track. He jumps. It's off the wall. Getting past him. Up in a hurry. Julio fires it into McNeil on a line, but Volpe has himself a stand-up double arriving ahead of the throw. Anthony Volpe to second with 1 out. That will bring up Luis Rengifo. Luis hitting .320 with 3 homers, 25 RBIs. I've had to rest Luis a good bit in the third session because his usage is way over the 115% mark. And I am playing him today because I want his bat in the lineup against this Thorpe guy. I also want him in the lineup because he can steal a base. He is an A stealer, and with Thorpe being a +9 hole guy, I figure if I can get Rengifo on, there's a good chance he can steal a base. So can Anthony Volpe, and Anthony down at second is going to try to get a lead and steal third right now. he has a 28% chance of getting a lead. Thorpe spins, fires to McNeil, diving back in. Safe. Woo! Volpe dusts himself off. Looks at him, looks home. Volke's picked off. Thorpe threw back behind him a second time. Volpe wasn't expecting it. Anthony fell asleep and is picked off second base. Way to go, Anthony. That's twice in the last 2 games he has been caught asleep on the bases. And instead of Atlanta having him on second with 1 out and Rengifo at bat, there is nobody on and 2 out. Thank you, Anthony. Let's see what Rengifo does. A very sharp move by Colorado pitcher Thorpe, who, here's a ball juiced to deep center. There goes Rodriguez racing hard. He dives just out of his reach. Rengifo coasts into second. So right there, the Braves have lost a run they should have had due to the pickoff of Volpe. But credit where credit is due, the young Colorado pitcher Thorpe, after almost picking Volpe off second the first time, turned around quickly a second time, wheeled. McNeil snuck in behind Volpe, and Anthony caught off base and picked off. And then Rengifo follows with a double. He is down on second with 2 out, but the Braves have yet to score this inning. Let's see if Pete Crow Armstrong can bring in Rengifo. Pete Crow Armstrong hitting .240 with 6 homers and 31 RBIs. He rips a fastball. He hits it high in the air. Judge may have a chance at this one. He's at the wall. The ball is going. Caught. Judge caught it up against the wall. And so the inning is over, and the Braves fail to score. Okay. When you're playing any team, especially a team like Colorado, you have got to take advantage of each and every scoring opportunity, and the Braves failed miserably there. So we go to the third, the score tied 2-2. Here is Colorado catcher Jonah Heim stepping in. He's hitting .298 with 7 homers and 17 RBIs. Heim doing a great job as the Colorado backup catcher. He strikes out here, though. McCann is the first-string Colorado catcher. He has not made the trip, apparently, being left behind in Denver. He does not appear on the Colorado roster for this particular series in Atlanta. Here is Brandon Marsh. Score knotted at 2. Singer looking down at D'Arnaud for the sign. Shakes him off once, twice. Now he has the pitch he wants. The right-hander delivers. Marsh hitting a pop into short right field. Cronenworth speeding out. Larnach and Crow Armstrong coming on. The ball pops out of the glove of Trevor Larnach. The official score rules a single. So Marsh on with a gift single, a ball that Larnach should have caught. He's a 4-E1 out there, by the way. And Marsh on first with 1 out. He had reached first in the first inning on an error by Volpe. Here he reaches first on what the official score ruled a single. And here is Aaron Judge. Yep. Marsh sneaking away from the base, but he has to hold tight to the bag. Judge homered his first time up, his 39th of the year. He's looking for number 40 right here. He gets set for the pitch. Strike 3 swinging. Singer struck out Judge. Quick peg to first. Marsh dives back in. He's safe. 2 away now, and Shohei Ohtani to the plate. Ohtani grounded out his first time up. Here he is batting with 2 out and Marsh on first. Singer, a 8R balance rating means he does not get lefties out very well. And here is Ohtani, a left-hander, bringing a 30-game hitting streak into this one. It's popped high into the air behind second. Cronenworth waving everybody off. Ohtani is retired, and that's all for Colorado. Here at Truist Park, after 2.5 innings, Colorado 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors. Atlanta 2 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. Going to the bottom of the third, Travis d'Arnaud will lead off for Atlanta. Travis singled ahead of the home run by Candelario in the bottom of the first. Here he is leading off in the bottom of the third. Pitch on the way from Thorpe. Change up down low. d'Arnaud hits one out to right. Aaron Judge is drifting over. He's under it. Easy out. That will bring up Heimer Candelario. Heimer, although he brings a very low batting average into this game, does have 11 homers, and number 11 came in the first inning. Let's see if he can somehow jack another ball out of here right now. Thorpe wastes no time. He gets the sign from Heimer wraps a hard shot. It's caught. The ball lined right at first baseman Guerrero. Great reflexes. 2 down, the batter Taylor Ward. Ward grounded out his first time up. Thorpe looks in for the sign. Drew goes into his windup. Here's the 3-1 offering. Swung on and hit sharply to short. Pena plays it on one bounce. Over to Guerrero. Out of there. That wraps up the inning for Atlanta. We are at the end of 3 at Truist Park. The Colorado Rockies, 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors. The Atlanta Braves, 2 runs on 4 hits and 1 error. Leading off the 4th, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He'll be followed by Julio Rodriguez and Jeff McNeil in the Rockies lineup. Wind up by Singer in the pitch. Long fly to center. Crow Armstrong has a long run. He's there and he hauls it in. The 1-rated center fielder for Atlanta goes back and makes the play on the long fly by Guerrero. Here is Julio Rodriguez. Now Brady delivers. Rodriguez checks his swing. Wait, the home plate ump is signaling toward first base. He's ruling the pitch touched the uniform of Rodriguez. That goes down as a hit batsman, and Rodriguez is awarded first base. Julio on first with 1 out. He is a very good base stealer. He stole 24 bases for Seattle in 2024. He was caught only 5 times, and he has an 80% chance of being safe if he gets a good jump. Let's see if he goes for the lead here against Singer. Singer, a okay guy holding the runner. There goes Rodriguez on the attempted steal, 80% chance of being safe. d'Arnaud fires down there. Rodriguez is in there as Cronenworth slapped a high tag on him. Rodriguez getting under the tag. He is now on second with 1 out. And Jeff McNeil at the plate with a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. McNeil grounded out to second his first time up. Singer holding the runner. I can promise you that Julio will not get picked off second base here. He will not make the same error that Volpe made for my Braves earlier in the game. Here is a pop-up by McNeil. Caught. That's 2 down. Runner still on second. Jeremy Pena to the plate. Yeah, you know what? Might walk Pena and deal with Sosa, because Pena is a better clutch hitter than Sosa. Well, I may regret it. I'm going to pitch to Pena. Pena up, base open, 2 outs, man on second, first base open. Pitch to Pena. He offers it the slider, but checks his swing. He couldn't get the bat out of the way. It's a soft line drive to Volpe for the out. So it worked out okay. My decision to go ahead and pitch to Pena. Out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 2-2. Colorado not able to score in the top of the inning. Trevor Larnach leading off for Atlanta, bottom of the 4th. Thorpe out on the mound for Colorado. He's thrown 42 pitches through 3 innings. Curveball to Larnach. He swings and misses by a mile. The bottom dropped out of that one. A wicked pitch. Atlanta with 1 away. Thorpe striking out Larnach. That'll bring up Cronenworth. Cronenworth, a left-handed batter. The Braves bringing up 3 straight left-hand batters to face Thorpe here in the 4th. Larnach struck out. Here's a shot to second, hit by Cronenworth, right to McNeil. 2 gone for Atlanta. Line drive to second baseman McNeil. The 3rd left-hand hitter coming up for Atlanta here in the 4th is Heston Kjerstad. Heston flied out his first time up. He comes in with a sharp breaking ball. Does Thorpe? It's too much for Kjerstad. He swings right over it for strike 3. That's 3 up, 3 down. And at the end of 4, we are still tied up 2 apiece. We go to the 5th inning now, and leading off for the Rockies is Edmundo Sosa. Edmundo, in real life, hit .257 for the Phillies, but in the Buckeye League thus far, he is hitting only .205 for the Rockies. He does have 5 homers and 14 RBIs. Edmundo hit a triple off Jeff Hoffman in the 8th inning of the first game, but was stranded on 3rd. He was the tying run at the time. Then the 9th, Colorado was retired 3 up, 3 down by Atlanta reliever Ryan Helsley, who came on and got Marsh, Judge, and Ohtani to save the game for Atlanta. Here is a grounder to second, Cronenworth throwing out Sosa at first. 1 down in the top of the 5th. Here is Jonah Heim. Heim, the Colorado catcher, grounds one back to the mound. Singer tosses to first and gets him. There are 2 away now, and Brandon Marsh stepping in. I'd really like to get Brandon out, so we'll not have to face Judge this inning with a man on. However, Brandon has a remarkable ability to get on base. He reached on an error by Volpe in the 1st prior to Judge's homer, and he singled in the 3rd. Let's see if Singer can get him out. Marsh hitting only .211 in the Buckeye League thus far this year. Off-speed pitch on the way, and Marsh watches it go by for the 3rd strike. Singer sets the Rockies down in order. So, Brady pitching well after the 2-run homer by Judge in the 1st. We'll see how long that can last. But we're halfway through the game, and the score is tied 2-2. Leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Braves, Anthony Volpe. Anthony doubled in the 2nd, but was picked off second as he fell asleep, failing to realize that the second baseman was sneaking up behind him and The pitcher wheeled quickly. Thorpe did and threw to McNeil, catching Anthony off base. Here is a soft liner to second that McNeil snares for the out. That's the first out of the inning. We'll be back in 10 seconds after station identification. This is the Braves Network, WTBS. Broadcasted the game today also over the Paul DeWitt Buckeye League YouTube broadcast system. All right. Luis Rengifo stepping in. Luis doubled, and it would have been an RBI had Volpe still been on second in the second inning. But Luis had nobody to drive in, and he ended up being stranded on second. Here he is striking out Thorpe, striking out Rengifo, and two are out, and Pete Crow Armstrong coming up. Crow Armstrong has hit 6 homers this year. He hit 10 in real life last year. Of course, in real life this year, he's hit, I think, 27 or maybe 28. And obviously we'll have a much better card next year. Here he is grounding out 4-3. And 3 up, 3 down, and we go to the 6th. And the Rockies will have Judge, Ohtani, Guerrero, possibly Rodriguez, and possibly others. Yes, Aaron Judge, obtained by the Rockies in the stunning trade last year where the Cleveland Guardians disappointed in a poor first half performance by Judge, traded him to the Rockies, and it wasn't as if Colorado needed more help in their lineup. They already had Ohtani, Guerrero, Rodriguez, and on and on. Then they added Judge, and they went on to win the Buckeye League Championship last year, sweeping Mike Laughlin's Boston Red Sox, I believe, 4 straight. Mike, if I'm wrong about that, I apologize. You did a great job getting that Boston team to the World Series in the first place. Nothing to be ashamed of losing to the Rockies. Here is Judge leading off the 6th. Singer steps on the rubber, the 0-1. Judge drives one into center. Pete Crow Armstrong sprints over to make the play, and there's one away. Here is Ohtani batting here in the 6th for the 3rd time. He has grounded out and popped out. Ohtani coming into the game with 29 homers and 75 RBIs. Here is a breaking ball low for ball 4. So Ohtani on with a 1-out walk. Ohtani, as most of you know, but maybe not all of you know, stole 59 bases for the Dodgers in real life and was caught only 4 times. That's right, he was 59 out of 63 stealing bases last year. Oh, by the way, he leads the Buckeye League thus far in steals with 35. No doubt he'll be trying to get a good lead here against Singer. He has an 80% chance of being safe if he gets a lead. I'm surprised it's not even higher than that. 80% is excellent, but I would have thought it'd be about 90%. He's held close, and his chance of being safe is down to 50%. Guerrero, meanwhile, leading the league in RBIs, will try to drive in Ohtani and perhaps himself if he hits a 2-run homer, which could easily happen. Singer has given up 13 homers in 126 innings thus far this year, the Buckeye League. He walks Guerrero. Perhaps Singer getting a little tired. We'll have to keep a close eye on him. He has thrown 78 pitches. His pitch count number is 81, and he is perilously close to reaching that. There is 1 out. Julio Rodriguez stepping in. I'm going to have to hold Ohtani on second or he might try to swipe third. Let's see if Singer can get Rodriguez. Boy, a double play would be nice right now. Rodriguez awaits the delivery. The pitch on the way. Bouncer to short. Taken by Volpe. Throw to second for one. On to first. Double play. Score at 6-4-3. Just what the doctor ordered. That ends the inning. Colorado unable to score. We now go to the bottom of the sixth. Still, Colorado 2, Atlanta 2. And leading off for the Braves will be their leadoff batter, Travis d'Arnaud, facing Thorpe, who has pitched well since giving up the 2-run homer to Candelario in the first. We'll see how long Eric Tobin will go with the rookie right-hander. Thorpe has only thrown 59 pitches. His pitch count number is 80, so he's still got a lot of gas left in the tank. Here's a Texas leaguer into center field. Will it drop? Yes, it will. Rodriguez having to take it on a hop, and there is a leadoff single by Travis d'Arnaud. That will bring up Heimer Candelario. Wouldn't it be nice if Heimer hit another one out? He hit one out in the first with d'Arnaud aboard. Let's see if he can duplicate that here in the sixth. Bounce past the mound. Nice play by McNeil. Throw to second for one. They might turn it. Double play. So there is a 4-6-3 by the Colorado infield. McNeil to Pena to Guerrero. And just as the Braves turn 2 in the top of the inning, the Rockies turn 2 here in the bottom of the inning. We're in the sixth. 2 out, nobody on. 2-2 the score. Taylor Ward to the plate for Atlanta. We'll be checking. Here's a towering fly ball hit by Ward. Rodriguez sprints over, makes the catch. That's it for the Braves this inning. We are at the end of 6. Colorado with 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors. Atlanta with 2 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. We go to the 7th. Singer out on the mound. And I am going to be watching him very carefully. And any sign of fatigue, and he is out of here. He's pitched brilliant ball since the first, has given up only 2 hits through 6 innings to the team that leads the Buckeye League in team batting average by a wide margin. Yes, Colorado has been held to only 2 hits thus far by Singer. That could really change quickly here in the 7th. If Singer shows any signs of fatigue. And if he does, he is going to be taken out. McNeil leading off, the left-handed batter. Singer not terribly good against lefties. Fastball. McNeil jumps all over it. It's juiced to deep right. There goes Larnach after it, racing hard. He dives. And he's got it! Beautiful play by Trevor Larnach. 1 down in the 7th. I did not think Trevor had a prayer to catch that ball. For one thing, he's a 4 rated outfielder, and rarely do you see 4s make beautiful plays on line drives in the gap. So I will take it. So here is Jeremy Pena planting his right foot. Pena set in the box. He's lined out twice thus far. The Colorado shortstop is a right-handed hitter. Singer rocks and fires. Changeup. Pena hits a fly ball to right. Larnach under it. A much easier play this time, and he's got it. So 2 up, 2 down. Singer retiring. McNeil and Pena on fly balls to right field. Here is Edmundo Sosa. Brady looks for the sign, shakes off the first one. He likes the next. Here's a hard slider outside the part of the plate. Sosa hits one deep. It looks like this one will stay in the park. Ward maneuvering under it. It's too deep. It's over the fence. Home run, Edmundo Sosa. That ball just kept carrying and carrying. At first, when it left the bat, it looked like a medium to somewhat deep fly ball to left, but one which Ward should easily have caught. The ball just kept carrying and carrying. Ward finally at the wall helplessly watched it go over for a home run. And the Rockies have taken a 3-2 lead with 2 out in the top of the 7th. So of the 9 batters in the Colorado order, Sosa is the one you would least expect to homer. He hit only 7 homers in real life, compared to, say, maybe 58 by Judge or 54 by Ohtani or 30 by Guerrero, and on and on. Then you get down to Sosa, and he's the one that hits the home run to put Colorado on top. Here is Heim, and I am going to go to the mound and visit the mound to see if Singer is tired. His fatigue level is at 7. He is fatigued, and that is going to be all for Brady. Brady Singer, who has pitched brilliantly since the first, had given up only 2 hits, and I believe none after the second, gives up a home run to the Rockies' third baseman Sosa, a solo shot that has led me to remove him from the game, Singer from the game. So, Heim, waiting for the new Braves pitcher, and it's going to be Brent Suter. Brent Suter will come on to face Heim here in the 7th. Suter with a record of 2-0 and a 5.11 ERA. He got lit up his last time out by the San Diego Padres. Let's see if he can get Heim out, and if so, then I'll look at a new pitcher in the 8th. I do not want to have Suter up there in there facing the likes of Judge and company. The lefty facing the switch hitter Heim, oh boy, swings at one right over the heart of the plate. Screaming line drive into left field, a base hit for Jonah Heim. He is on first with 2 out. That was a fat pitch, and a better hitter might have knocked it over the fence. Here is Brandon Marsh, top of the Rockies order. They're up 3-2 in the 7th. And although Drew Thorpe has pitched extremely well for Colorado, I would not be surprised if Eric Tobin reaches into his bullpen pretty soon. There's a fly to center to end the inning. But the Rockies pick up 1 run on the homer by Sosa. Thorpe still out on the mound. He now leads 3-2. Trevor Larnach leading it off, bottom of the 7th. He has popped up and struck out. Larnach looking to get on base against Thorpe. Larnach has hit 9 home runs this year. Thorpe is rubbing the ball up. Now the umpire wants to take a look. No problems found. Thorpe may waste one here. Here is an 0-2 pitch. Larnash rips a whistling liner down the line. Bingo! Guerrero Jr. spears it. A shot hit right on the screws, but right at the Colorado first baseman. While we wait for the next batter, let's take a 10-second station break. This is the Buckeye League Sports Network. Back in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out, Jake Cronenworth to the plate. Cronenworth has grounded out and lined out. Thorpe has thrown only 69 pitches and we were into the 7th. Cronenworth hits a fly ball left field, no problem from Brandon Marsh. The one fielding left fielder makes the easy catch, and there are 2 up and 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. Here is Heston Kjerstad. Yeah, I'm going to bring in Kelly in the 8th. Braves reliever Michael Kelly will be coming on to pitch. We see him he's taken off his warm-up jacket out in the bullpen. Kjerstad pops up, McNeil waiting. That's an easy out. 3rd out for Atlanta here in the last of the 7th. The attendance has just been announced at 48,714. Another tremendous crowd here at Truist Park, and they are hoping their Braves can come back. Coming on to pitch for Atlanta, Michael Kelly. Kelly, a right-hander. I obtained him from the free agent pool just prior to session 2. He has pitched very well. He has a record of 1 win and 1 loss and an ERA of 2.21 in 20 innings. He will have the unenviable task, however, of facing at a bare minimum this inning Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Judge is 1 for 3 with the homer. He has also struck out and flied out. Not going to guard the lines. I don't really like doing that. And have the infield play regular. The 3rd baseman and 1st baseman are in their regular positions. Here is Judge. Kelly a little nervous as he peers in, grabs the rosin bag. Judge swings. This one looks like it might go. Ward is going back. He's at the wall. And it's over the wall for a home run. The 2nd home run tonight of by Aaron Judge, and his 40th of the year. He very well might have hit more than that in Buckeye League games played by other owners on their own computers that either haven't been uploaded to the cloud yet, or if uploaded, haven't been made available for download by Eric. But be that as it may, the more important thing is the Rockies now enjoy a 4-2 lead in the top of the 8th and have Shohei Ohtani come to the plate. Ohtani coming up. A 30-game hitting streak on the line. He'll face the right-hander Kelly. He has grounded out, popped up, and walked. Here is a dipsy-do by Kelly. It freezes Ohtani. He can't get the bat off his shoulder as he watches it just catch the outside corner for strike 3. So Ohtani in danger of seeing his hitting streak snapped. And again, I am making that statement that he has a 30-game hitting streak based solely on the information available to me on my computer. It very well may be that he has gone hitless in some games that I do not have access to, but in any event, he has just struck out, and there is 1 out in the 8th, and Vladimir Guerrero to the plate. Darno asks for a new ball, rubs it down, tosses it to Kelly. Michael steps on the rubber, change up down low. Guerrero Jr. hits one out to left. Travis Ward drifting over. He's under it. Easy out for Kelly. 2 out now, nobody on. Colorado on top, 4-2, and Julio Rodriguez to the plate. Julio, probably no better than the 4th best player on the Rockies team, behind Judge, Ohtani, and Guerrero. For many teams, he would be their top star. He would be on my team if I had him. Yeah, he flies out here, and that does it for Colorado in the 8th. But Judge's 40th home run of the year extends the Colorado lead to 4-2. And that will do it for Drew Thorpe. He's finished his work here this evening. The right-hander gave up 2 runs on 5 hits through 7 innings of work. He will give way to Evan Phillips. Evan Phillips coming on to pitch for the Rockies. Phillips, in real life, was with the LA Dodgers in 2024. He pitched to a 5-1 record and a 3.62 ERA in 55 innings. He had 18 saves. And here in the Buckeye League, he's 2-1 in 31 innings with no saves thus far. So Eric's not using him in a closer role. But why should he when he's got people like Kirby Yates and Joe Jimenez and Kenley Jansen and others to close out games for him? Volpe leading off the 8th, 4-2 Colorado. Atlanta crowd's gotten pretty quiet. 2-strike pitch right down the middle of strike 3. Volpe just stood there like a bump on a log and watched strike 3 go right by him. Here is Luis Rengifo. Luis has doubled and struck out. Shot right up the middle, hit on the right on the nose by Rengifo. It bounces into Rodriguez's glove. Rengifo has himself a 1-out single in the 8th. Yeah, Phillips' move, he's a hold rating of 0. And so, Rengifo with the 90% chance. He's going to try to get a lead, is Rengifo. He has a 42% chance of doing so. And if he does, he has a 90% chance of being safe. Rengifo, an outstanding base stealer. I believe he ranks 2nd or 3rd in the Buckeye League in that category. There goes Rengifo on a delayed steal. Heim up quickly and throwing. It's high. The head first slide. Rengifo is in at 2nd with a stolen base. Let's see. That's steal number 28 for him. I believe he may rank 2nd to Ohtani in stolen bases. There may be a guy in there in between them. He is on 2nd with 1 out, and Pete Crow Armstrong at the plate. Let's see if Pete can drive Luis in from 2nd and narrow this margin. Curve down low, swung on and missed. Strike 3 right by Crow Armstrong. That's the 2nd out of the inning. So Crow Armstrong not able to do anything to narrow the margin. He left Rengifo at 2nd. Travis d'Arnaud now to the plate. Travis has singled twice and flied out. Let's see if he can get another hit and bring Rengifo on around to score. Big slow curve. It's in there. Strike 3. Phillips striking out Crow Armstrong and d'Arnaud with Rengifo on 2nd. and the Braves come up empty in the bottom of the 8th. We go to the 9th, Colorado on top 4-2. Jeff McNeil, Jeremy Pena, and Edmundo Sosa due up in the 9th for the Rockies, who will be looking for some insurance as they face Michael Kelly. McNeil draws a walk. The often forgotten part of the trade by the Guardians to the Rockies last year is Jeff McNeil. People overlook that he is a very fine second baseman with a 2E12 rating, a good left-handed hitter, and had Aaron Judge not been in the deal, people would be talking about how Cleveland got ripped off simply because they traded McNeil. Anyway, on we go to Jeremy Pena. Corners in. No, I'm not going to play the corners in. McNeil, a fair threat to steal. I'm not going to hold him, however. He takes a walking lead. He has stolen 2 bases in 2 attempts, but he's not able to take a big lead here. Kelly keeping him close. None out, top of the 9th, man on first. Rockies up 4-2, Jeremy Pena at the plate. Pena 0 for 3 thus far today. Fastball, a dandy. Strike 3. Pena is punched out. That's 1 away. That'll bring up Edmundo Sosa. Yes, Sosa, the only hitter among the 9 in the Colorado lineup who hit less than 10 homers in real life, hit a crushing solo shot off Brady Singer in the top of the 7th in this one to put the Rockies on top 3-2, and they have since extended to 4-2 on Judge's 40th. Sosa's homer might be overlooked after the game, but his home run was critical. At the time, it looked like Singer was breezing. He had given up only 2 hits and none since the 2nd, but then the homer he allowed to Sosa led quickly to his being removed from the game. And since then, as I say, the Rockies have added insurance when Judge hit his 40th in the 8th. Here is Sosa striking out, looking, and there are now 2 gone in the 9th, and Jonah Heim at the plate. Braves are going to have their work cut out for them in the bottom of the 9th. Base hit to center for Heim. He's being held at second. There are 2 out and 2 on, and Brandon Marsh to the plate. And do I want Kelly to pitch to Brandon Marsh? Kelly is good against righties, but not so great against lefties, and Marsh is a lefty. Of course, if I take Kelly out and bring in a lefty to face Marsh, and Marsh is able to get on, that would make bring Aaron Judge up against a lefty. Don't even want to think about it. So Kelly's going to stay in the game to face Marsh. Marsh 1 for 4 today. Change of pace. Marsh way out in front. Strike 3 swinging. And Kelly gets out of the inning without giving up any runs. He did allow 2 base runners. Neither of them scored. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Colorado 4, Atlanta 2, and the Rockies are going to make a defensive change here. Let's see, going out to play second base in place of Jeff McNeil, and this is a real head scratcher to me, but Eric Tobin has elected to put in Casey Schmidt as a defensive replacement at second base here in the ninth. He is replacing Jeff McNeil, who is a 2E12. Schmidt is a 3E12. So, go figure, but it probably won't make any difference because Colorado has a 4-2 lead and has Evan Phillips on the mound, who is a very good reliever. And then if for some reason Eric feels it necessary to make a change, he has Kirby Yates and other fine closers available. Here is Candelario. Let me see who I've got on my bench. Yeah, Stallings pretty good. Actually, Adam Duvall is terrible against righties, but I don't believe Colorado has any left-handed closers, so there's no chance Duvall would have an opportunity to hit against the lefty, so it's unlikely he would pinch hit. I'm just going to have to go with who I got. The 2-3-4 batters due up here, bottom of the ninth. Candelario needs to get on base, so one of the guys that follows him can get hold of one and maybe tie this thing up. Candelario hits a routine grounder to Phillips. He scoops it up and throws to first. Safe! The throw pulled Guerrero Jr. off the bag. Charged Phillips with an error. A routine bouncer back to the mound. Phillips fielded it cleanly but threw off line, and Guerrero had to take his foot off the bag to catch it, and in so doing allowed Candelario to beat him back to the base, and the Braves have the tying run at the plate in the form of Taylor Ward. All right, Taylor, come on. Phillips ready, quickly grounded toward the middle, fielded nicely by Pena, throw to second for one, on to first, double play, score at 6-4-3. And the crowd has been silenced here at Truist Park. Trivia question about what year did certain Milwaukee Braves achieve certain feats? I don't really care about this one. I think the answer is 1959, no, 1960. Never mind. The Braves here in the Buckeye League are about to drop this second game of the three-game set to the Rockies. They're down to their last out. Trevor Larnach facing Evan Phillips. 2 out, bottom of the ninth. Braves trail by 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Phillips brings it to the plate over the outside corner. Larnach hits the curve to third. Sosa fires to first. Larnach is out by a couple of steps. Colorado 4, Atlanta 2 is your final score, and the obvious star of the game was Aaron Judge, who was 2 for 4 with 2 home runs, his 39th and 40th of the season. The series is now even at 1 apiece. The Rockies' record now, at least on my computer, is 62-40. The Braves' record, 50-52. Again, either or both these teams might have played games on other guys' computers that have not been uploaded to the cloud, or if uploaded to the cloud, haven't been made available yet by Eric for download. But that's okay. Eric's got plenty of other duties to do in his position as commissioner of the Buckeye League, and many thanks to him for running a big Strat-O-Matic lead for many years and doing it very, very skillfully. The final totals in the game: Colorado 4 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Atlanta 2 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. The winning pitcher, Drew Thorpe, he is now 2-1. A save to Evan Phillips, his first save of the year. The losing pitcher, Brady Singer, he drops to 8-9 on the season. Time of the game, 2 hours and 36 minutes before a crowd of 48,714. Until next time, so long, everybody.